Welcome to Tech News Today, a podcast about keeping you informed and empowered by giving you the latest tech stories that impact your daily life. It's Wednesday, September 12th, and I'm Spike Spangle. Coming up in a bit, we'll give you some great ideas on how to put your old tech to good use. Plus, hackers can steal a Tesla in less than 2 seconds. And Vizio customers will be getting a strange notification through their TV soon. All that and more in Tech News Today from Komando.com. We start with some great ideas for putting that old tech to good use. As you probably know, Apple is holding its annual fall event today. It will reveal a handful of shiny new toys that you might want to get in on. If you do end up with a new iPhone, what are you going to do with the old one? If it's in great shape and you have the original packaging, you might be able to sell it for a decent amount of cash. But let's be honest, you're not going to get near what you paid for it. So instead of making 10 cents on the dollar, why not find ways to turn it into a cool, functioning device to use around the house? There are many things you can do with your old device that you probably never thought of. One of the easiest tricks is using it as an e-reader. If you connect to the internet with Wi-Fi, you'll be able to download e-books even after the phone is no longer active with your mobile carrier. It's a great way to enter the digital world of reading without shelling out for a new e-reader. Another excellent idea is to turn your old gadget into a home security system. With their high-resolution built-in cameras, an old smartphone or tablet can keep an eye on your home at all times. Or what about using that old iPhone as a remote control? If you have Apple TV, just download the Apple TV remote app and you can navigate its interface, conduct searches, and control your streaming entertainment with ease. Those are just a few suggestions. For more, go to Komando.com and search for useful ways to repurpose your old cell phone. If you want to know everything new with Apple, join us at Komando.com Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, as we provide a play-by-play update of its new release. If owning a Tesla is a dream of yours, be careful. It's also a thief's dream. That's because a team of researchers in Belgium has found an easy way for hackers to steal Tesla's model luxury sedans. So easy, in fact, they can pull the job off in under 2 seconds. The problem is with the car's key fob. They were built by a company called Pectron, and researchers say they made a critical mistake by using an extremely weak 40-bit cipher to encrypt the key fob codes. This lets a hacker clone the key fob in just 1.6 seconds with the help of about $600 worth of equipment. They simply steal signals wirelessly from a nearby Tesla's owner's fob. One of the researchers said, "We can completely impersonate the key fob and open and drive the vehicle." Tesla was told about the flaw about a year ago, but the company wasn't able to fix it until this June. It's now using key fobs with stronger encryption. Plus, Tesla recently rolled out new anti-theft features to help fight the problem. It includes the ability to set a PIN code that you must enter on the dashboard display to drive the car, and the company is recommending that all owners turn this security feature on. Also, if you bought a Tesla before June of this year, the company suggests upgrading to the more secure key fob. We have more tech news ahead, but now a quick thank you to our amazing partners at Indeed.
When it comes to hiring, you don't have time to waste. You need help getting to your short list of qualified candidates fast. That's why you need Indeed.com. Post a job in minutes, set up screener questions, then zero in on qualified candidates using an intuitive online dashboard. And when you need to hire fast, accelerate your results with sponsored jobs. New users can try for free at Indeed.com/podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms, conditions, and quality standards apply.
Here's a creepy story with a stranger ending. Have you ever heard of the TV manufacturer Vizio? It's one of the leading smart TV makers in the country. Well, a few years ago, it got into serious trouble when people found out its smart televisions were spying on customers without permission. Vizio Smart TV software was able to collect data such as viewing habits, along with personal information like customers' age, income, marital status, household size, and more. It would then sell the information to other companies so they could provide targeted ads. The Federal Trade Commission filed a lawsuit against Vizio, and the company had to pay over $2 million in fines. But it didn't end there. A class action lawsuit has been filed in California, and you're not going to believe what's coming from that one. Vizio is being ordered to notify its customers about the lawsuit. And get this, the message is going to be sent through their smart television. It's meant to alert customers who bought the TV that they will be party to the upcoming settlement and will likely receive a small amount of money. A court filing last week said the parties are developing a class notice program with direct notification to the class through Vizio Smart TV displays, which requires testing to make sure any TV notice can be properly displayed and functions as intended. So, if you have a Vizio, you might see one of these notifications early next month. If you've been paying attention, you know that cyber criminals are always on the attack. There seems to be a new data breach, phishing attack, or some other scam every single day, which is why it's super important to take security seriously. Unfortunately, not everyone does, and things seem to be especially bad for people working for a small business. You're not going to believe how careless some of these companies are. A recent survey by IT consultant SwitchFast revealed just how irresponsible they are. The study shows that 19% of small and medium-sized business employees actually share their passwords with coworkers or assistants. Wow. Of course, everyone using the same password for certain accounts makes it easier for workers, but it also makes it easier for hackers. Not to mention, if an employee has a meltdown, someone could log into the system and cause, well, all kinds of havoc, and the company wouldn't know who did it. Not only are they making the mistake of sharing passwords, but many of them are extremely weak passwords. This is just a terrible way to do business. You should never share passwords and must always create hard-to-crack passwords that are unique for every single account. It's just common sense at this point. Have you ever thought about how much schooling and training it takes to become a doctor? If you want to be a surgeon, it takes nearly 8 years of classes and at least 3 years of surgical residency at a hospital. Without real-life, hands-on experience, it would be impossible to be fully prepared. Practicing on a human, of course, can be scary, especially a child. But there's a new technology that could give the next generation of surgeons all the experience they need without any of the jitters. Medical company Gaumard Scientific has created a super realistic robot that looks just like a 5-year-old boy. He's called Pediatric Hal and is capable of simulating lifelike emotions through dynamic facial expressions, movement, and speech. HAL was designed to help providers develop the specialized skills needed to effectively communicate, diagnose, and treat young patients in nearly all clinical areas. It's amazingly realistic and even has interactive eyes and facial expressions. HAL can react with all kinds of expressions, including anger and pain, crying, yawning, worried, and more. Imagine a young surgeon performing their first tracheotomy and being able to do it with a robot instead of a real boy. Wow, what a great idea. If you're thinking about taking a trip, this is just for you. As you probably know, Google is already a great resource for travelers with its Flights feature. It's now stepping up its game to help vacationers have an even better experience. A new tool called Touring Bird was designed to help you find popular attractions, suggested tours and activities, along with prices. It'll also show options for free guided tours and recommendations from locals and travel bloggers. And it's very simple to use. Just select a destination city and boom, everything you need to know is right at your fingertips. If you find a show or an attraction that you want to see, it will link to the website where you can buy tickets. If you're not ready, just bookmark things that you're interested in and check them out again later. If you're traveling on a budget, there's even a price filter that lets you search for attractions from $0 to over $500. The only bad thing about Touring Bird is the destination cities are limited as of right now, but more places are being added all the time and will constantly be getting better. It's a really cool feature that you should take a look at. Here's an impressive new piece of technology that'll make your jaw drop. Literally. Sonatus Technologies was just given a contract from the U.S. Department of Defense to provide the Air Force with an amazing new communication system. It's nicknamed the Molar Mic. That's because it fits a miniaturized traditional headset into a device that clips to a soldier's back teeth. Yep, you heard that right. It clips onto their teeth. It will let soldiers communicate clearly even in the most extreme conditions. Each soldier will get a custom-fit mouthpiece. It connects to its transmitter via near-field magnetic induction. The mouthpiece has a bone conduction speaker, an embedded waterproof microphone, and wirelessly rechargeable battery. Sonatus said, the mouthpiece clips on using via a snap fit that tightly but comfortably attaches to the upper back molars. That's how they are able to communicate. The mouthpiece uses bone conduction to transmit sound to the inner ear through the bones of the skull or the teeth. Simply amazing. By the way, once you're done listening to our podcast, do us a favor and give us a good rating on wherever you're listening to us. Write a few nice words so others can find our podcast more easily. We'd really appreciate it. And finally, for today's Commando Kicker. Did you know that there are specific enzymes in the human digestive tract that can strip down someone's blood type? That may sound weird, but the impact of being able to change a blood type from B to O could mean that all blood types would be able to become universal donors. For those in need of blood transfusions, needing the right blood type has always been the biggest challenge. And since different types have different antigens, it means that giving the wrong match could prove fatal. The only setback is that any blood that needed to be altered would have to be done one at a time, but it's still pretty cool for the medical field. For more fun and interesting facts, go to Komando.com and search for Commando Kicker. That's our tech news today from Komando.com, and special thanks to our partners at Dell.
As a business owner, I rely on Dell Small Business Technology Advisors. I'm Kim Komando. Now, you and I both know there's nothing small about our businesses. Our reputation is always on the line, and that's where the Dell Small Business Technology Advisors come in. Reliable Dell PCs with Intel Core processors are rock solid. That means you can focus on getting business done. Call 877-BUY-DELL. That's 1-877-BUY-DELL.